My name is Naval Pandav. I am from collegegunner.com. A very warm welcome to our interview series, which is called Thoughts on Education, where we interview with the various dignitaries such as owners, VCs, principals, HODs, and teachers. Before I proceed with this interview, I would request you to give brief introduction about yourself, ma'am.
So I'm Gunal Gaitonde. I'm the HOD at INFD Andheri and Bandra. We are here to teach fashion and interior. We have two courses. We have a degree in both. We have a diploma in both. We also have an MSc curriculum for both.
It was really nice knowing about you and your institute, ma'am. So my first question is, you have held key position at Education Institute throughout your professional career. So what keeps you connected with the education sector, ma'am?
I'm a MSc in fashion designing and I'm pursuing my PhD in fashion designing. Plus, as an institute, we also work with New York Fashion Week and Lakme Fashion Week. So to do all that, we ourselves first have to train in trend reports. We understand what is happening in the world, what is WGSN. So we kind of stay connected with fashion and interior industry to understand what is happening and the trends that are emerging every year. But we saw a big trend shift pre-COVID and post-COVID. Biggest shift, yeah.
And how has been your experience so far with this institute, ma'am?
Oh, it's been amazing. I started probably 15 years back. We are a 20-year-old institute. And when I started, we were a little smaller in size. And we have, over the periods, grown into one of the premier institutes in Mumbai. We've got so many awards for teaching from Mumbai Skills University. We are associate with Mewar University, and we have a lot of teaching awards with us.
Can you tell us about your roles and responsibilities, ma'am?
So, as an HOD, of course, I am into curriculum. So we do curricular building, but basically we get an outline from the university, and because it is a creative process, even though it's an outline, every year we have to sit and think what the trends are, and accordingly change every year depending on the trends. If it is minimalistic, then we think of how the students are going to think of minimalistic. We also teach them different looks in interiors and fashion, and then we build the whole curriculum in such a way that they get a total exposure to design process.
In your opinion, what are the key challenges faced at the Education Institute today?
I think today the student is, there are both, there is a pro and a con with students today. Students, because of phones, Insta, Pinterest, have a lot of knowledge, but a lot of times it is over the top. It is not deep knowledge. For us, for everything, we had to go, we had to search, we had to read books. For this generation, it's become very easy. So they think they know everything, but somewhere along the way, the depth that they should be studying in is a little lost. Also, we have found over a period that because of maybe typing or whatever, they have lost out on motor skills. What we could do, or we could write for long hours, they kind of type or take a photo when we are writing on the board. So I feel, plus the attention span has become a little lower. That are the negatives. The positives are they have a much global exposure than we had. They know so much, so their questioning is a lot more, and we kind of have to upgrade to them to keep to their level. So yeah, so the generation is different, as every generation is. There is a little gap, and we have to stay up to that gap. We have to come up with newer trends and be with them.
How does your department encourage critical thinking and creative among students?
So we are a design college, right? So it starts with a design process. Without that, we cannot go forward. So we have something called 3D and 4D, 2D. So 2D can be embroideries, 3D can be actually working with body forms. In interiors, 2D is flat or working on origamis, and 3D they actually build projects. So that is from paper to finally making and looking at what they are doing. Builds them, think it builds their thinking process step by step, and we actually do that. So they come to know, oh, this is what I designed, and these were the problems that came, and this is how it's going to look. So is it looking good, or there should be some changes as I make? So in that sense, they learned a lot. So there's a lot of practical that happens in college, and it helps them to build their thinking process. Also, they understand the complications when they make complex projects. What is happening? Am I right? Is this the right material for the sort of things?
Tell us some insights about the placements and internship at INFD Andheri.
We give internship to our students between their second and third year. We place them in different industry of fashion and interior to get an overview of what the industry requires. Plus, they for their third year project and their portfolio, they also understand how to go about it, what is their liking, and how they should proceed for their portfolio. For their placements, we have in-house placements. We have companies who come into college and they choose the students for placements, and they get placements with designers like Manish Malhotra, like Rajat Tangri, to name a few. Also with export houses like Satyam Exports, and also places like Pernia Pop. These are just a few names.
What would you like people to know about your institute they may not know?
We have depiction, which is where we showcase our students' work every year. It is an end of the year 1 week exhibition. Parents come in, we call industry people for them to know. So this is before how the industry knows what work they like, and then they ask for particular students, sometimes looking at their work also. We also have design focus, which is a seminar for our students where we get people from the industry in fashion and interior, where they can interact, ask questions, and they learn more about the industry. One more thing that we would like to add here is when our students go out in companies and factories, they come back. A lot of times they come back to ask questions, and we allow them also to participate in different events that we get. They are allowed to again participate in New York Fashion Week in case they have not done it in their student time. And whenever we have events like Miss Malini that had happened earlier, we get their garments or their stuff to showcase at those particular. So we are still very much in touch with our students, and it's a good thing for our new students. So they get to interact with them who have their brands, who are well known now in the design field. Also for interiors, they get to do the stage for Lakme.
What do you see as the greatest strength of INFD Andheri?
INIFD Andheri aims at doing practical education with a global concept. We also, because of our associations, teach students how is global fashion and global interiors, and they get a complete global understanding. We cut them out to be professionals once they walk out from here, so that they can start their businesses with a little experience in that.
Any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
Yeah, I think, see, basically, if they're coming from a design program, they have to come with the mindset, they have to work really hard, because this is a professional oriented program, and here we actually handhold. We teach them one step, but in that step process there's a lot of work. So if you are design inclinated, if you are wanting to do this kind of work, come with a mental status that I'm going to work hard. Because even though there is not a lot of theory, there is, which is textiles, chemistry, but there is lot of practical step building that happens from first year to the third year. And by third year, you have immense opportunities to take part in LACME, in New York, in London Fashion Week. So to build there, to get there, unless you are hardworking, you cannot get that kind of an international exposure, and even India for that matter.
It was pleasure talking to you and interviewing your thoughts on education, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.